Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to educate and give some opinion on the Casper coin. Now, by no means am I trying to attack the community or to tell you guys to sell or try to tell you guys to buy Caspa. I just want to actually give some education and give some background and understanding of, do you really know what you're holding here? Do you really understand that? So first off, my argument here is if we look at the Casper chart, there's something very wrong here in the beginning of the start of this. And there's a reason why a lot of these early coins start out like this. And this is because they are not fair launched. You can click this over here and see that there's an ICO. If you don't know what an ICO is, this means an initial coin offering. This means that the people who made this coin decided to take some of the coin and keep it for themselves or distribute it to other private investors and whatnot. And what happens? They dump on you. They dump on you. And then what happens when this coin becomes, a little bit successful and starts to increase a little bit? What's going to happen is that they're going to continuously keep dumping on you over time. And let's take a look at this right here. So you could see here that Casper has its token distribution right here. And you could see a lot of it went to a bunch of different people. 8% went to the team, 6% to advisors, 16% to coin listings, 10% to validator sales, 20% to another validator sale, 14% for nonprofit Casper Association, 16% for development, 10% for Casper Labs. Guys, they're just funding themselves. It's a company, and they're just trying to avoid security laws to be listed as a security. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is initial token allocations for public blockchains. You can see here that many coins suffered from the same problem. Ethereum, Binance, Polkadot, Cardano, Solana, it's a big one. Tron, huge one. This is actually one that recently, just got charged by the SEC. So to bring it back to Casper, I want to first give you guys a warning that right now, as an investment perspective, this is very, in the short term at least, it's not good, the fact that you have this target on your back. The reason why the SEC charged Tron is because ultimately what all these coins are doing, they are securities. They are coins that are literally funding themselves with the coins by dumping on investors and using the money to actually create the coin. The only coin, and there's actually two that I believe that are the only coins that are not having this issue, is Bitcoin and Kaspa. This video is focused on educating you guys on Kaspa specifically. So you Casper holders, that if you are watching this, I recommend you watch the whole way through. And you Caspa holders, this is still good education information to get more background on what we're holding, because it's very important to understand what we're holding in our investments so that we can ensure that we are invested into something that can be profitable longer term than just today or tomorrow. We're not here to get rich quick. We are here to be actual long-term investors. So this all brings us to Kaspa. You holding Casper, you probably have never heard of Kaspa, but to start, it all starts going back to your white paper, the Casper white paper. This is Casper's white paper here, and what it's showing is that you guys are a type of DAG, which is a different type of protocol, which allows you guys, if we look over here, it's composed of a network with a number of different nodes confirming transactions. Each new transaction that is submitted requires the confirmation of at least 2 earlier transactions before it's successfully recorded onto the network. This helps speed up the blockchain. Now, if you know the blockchain usually goes in a very straight line. It's a block, and then a new block, and then a new block, and then a new block. And it just goes in that kind of straight line kind of thing. Now, if we go over here back to the white paper, you could see that something comes up here as Ghost. Voting via the Ghost rule. In this section, we introduce Ghost, greedy, heaviest observed subtree. Now, within your white paper, you guys used Ghost, and many of you probably don't even know where Ghost originally came from. Well, if we actually look at the Ethereum white paper, we can see over here that in the miscellanea and concerns area of the Ethereum white paper, the Ghost is mentioned again. And Ethereum uses a modified Ghost implementation. Well, let's take a look at this a little bit deeper. So it says the greedy, heaviest observed subtree, Ghost, protocol is an innovation first introduced by Yonantan, Sampolinsky, and Aviv Zohar in December 2013. If we take a look at this right here, this is actually the white paper for that Ghost protocol. So now, this brings us to Kaspa. Do you really realize what Kaspa is? Well, to begin, Kaspa is the first block DAG and the fastest one in the world. The block DAG architecture with rapid block rates allows more mining decentralization and enables effective solo mining even at lower hash rates. Fair launched in November of 2021 with no pre-mine, zero pre-sales, no coin allocations. Kaspa is 100% decentralized, open source, and community managed. A lot of coins these days claim decentralization, but I think they just use that in their name so that they can get investors to come in. It's just a word that you kind of just slap on there, but no one really understands what it really, really, truly means. The only way forward for crypto, I believe, in my opinion, is proof of work. Proof of stake. All the proof of stake does is allow big money, the rich people, to get richer. Proof of stake is a rich get richer system. It's basically going back to the original system that we're already in when it comes to the fiat system. So Kaspa comes along and decides to take a very, very hard step and become fair launched and let the community decide on the future of Kaspa. No coin allocations, nothing. Now, how was Kaspa created? Well, Kaspa did start with a company just like Casper, but it's no longer, it has no company behind it at all because the company actually failed. And since they failed, they decided to launch Kaspa open to the public. There was no pre-mine, and obviously some people got to mine it. I explain a lot of these things on my channel, exactly everything about Kaspa, the background, the origins, why it's decentralized. Is it a scam because of the background of the company that it has? I explain all that on my channel. You guys can go check all those out. But to continue, basically, Kaspa and Bitcoin, in my opinion, are the only true fair launch proof of work coins. And Kaspa's actually here to solve the trilemma. You see, Bitcoin is a store of value. It was supposed to originally be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Many people don't want to admit that Bitcoin has failed at doing that. Some people do and some people don't. But it failed. It's failed at being that electronic cash system because at this point, people rather just hold on to their Bitcoin because it's becoming more of a digital gold. When it comes to Kaspa, though, you could see here that this is here to solve those problems. Kaspa is a proof of work cryptocurrency which implements, take a look at this, the Phantom Ghost DAG protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, Ghost DAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist in orderism and consensus, whereby our blockchain is actually a block DAG. You see, Kaspa is the first block DAG, and it's using a Ghost DAG, Phantom Ghost DAG, which is an upgraded version of Ghost. Who created Ghost? Well, Yonantan, Sampolinsky, and Aviv. And who created Phantom Ghost DAG? Well, what do you know? Yonantan, Sampolinsky, and Aviv, and Shai over here. So you see, Yonantan has been in this space since 2013, has been working on making the coin that actually solves Bitcoin's problems, and it's aiming to actually be a true currency. Guys, this is cryptocurrency. This isn't just crypto that you just make a coin so that you can buy drooling monkeys and NFTs. This is actually a coin trying to solve a big problem and be a currency. Right now, Kaspa is able to do 1 block per second transactions, which is capable of any Ghost. If you have the Ghost protocol, you're able to eventually get up to 1 block per second. But we have other upgrades coming that is allowing us to go all the way up to 32 blocks per second, even maybe 100 blocks per second in the future. That's all described in my YouTube channel as well, all those other details of what's going to come in the future for Kaspa. You can take a look right here, and this is Yonantan. He joined December 2010 of Twitter, and he's been working on this project for over 13 years. He's quoted in the Ethereum white paper right here, and he's finally made his own project, which is called Kaspa. The only reason why Casper token exists is because it's using one of Yonantan's creations, which is Ghost. Yonantan decided to create a better Ghost, meaning Phantom Ghost DAG, which creates the first block DAG blockchain. And you could see, not really a blockchain actually, just simply block DAG. It's the first block DAG, and we can actually take a look of what that looks like on the system by looking at the block DAG visualizer. And you can see here, this is what's actually happening. Instead of a typical blockchain where it's one straight line, you see that it's using other blocks to confirm these transactions and everything. It's not just a straight line anymore. This allows for the fast transactions. This allows to keep the security, and this allows for decentralization because it also allows the miners to rather solo mine than having these pools and mine to these pools. So this is basically solving the proof of work issue, which is the fact that Bitcoin was slow. It wasn't able to become that currency. And I don't think it's really able to. It's just going to become that digital gold. But Kaspa is over here trying to become the digital silver. If we go to the vision, you can really see here that for Kaspa, we look to silver, which presented a different trade-off versus gold. In the original Aramaic text, this word right here, meaning Kaspa, silver was historically treated as less precious than gold, but more circulative, less valuable, yet more acceptable as payment. With this prospect, we call this project Kaspa, Aramaic word for silver and money. Bitcoin is the digital gold, and Kaspa is aiming to become the digital silver. So I hope you guys learned something from this video and got a little bit more background on Yonantan and just how much influence he has in the whole entire crypto space. That a majority of cryptos that are in the top 100 at the moment are there literally because of Yonantan, because of his innovation and his stuff that he's been creating over the past 13 years. And he's finally birthed into his own project, Kaspa, and it's competing, in my opinion, to be what Bitcoin was supposed to be. All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video if you did. We put a video out every single day for you guys. So consider subscribing to the channel if you guys are new around here. And I'll see you guys in the next one.